Ever wonder what it's like to actually live in Japan? On this program, we'll explore housing and tips for living well.
Welcome to my Japanese castle!
So, what's the real estate scene like?
Tokyo's got something for everybody, and if you're looking to buy, then get over here now. There's a lot of people coming to Tokyo. Why not you?
You know, it's amazing what you can find if you just walk a little bit out the road.
Our international production crew throws open the doors on the lives of people from around the world settling here.
Hi guys, I'm Richard. I've been working in Tokyo for nearly 8 years now. And I must say, Tokyo is just the most amazing place to live and work in. And hope you enjoy the show.
Why not come over and live, love Japan? Tokyo, the giant metropolis, home to 13 million people. Shibuya is a famous hub of youth culture.
Hi!
How you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Where do you live?
Oh, I live in Setagaya, very close to Jugaoka. It's really nice. Let's go.
Gabriela Gonzalez, who goes by Gabby, is from Mexico City.
I work for a media production company making 360 videos, which is really fun because I get to play with these rigs that have like 6 or 10 cameras on them.
Drawn to Tokyo by her media studies at a graduate school, she now works in Shibuya as a video program director. Let's see where Gabby lives.
Well, Shibuya is really crowded, same as Shinjuku, and it's quite noisy, but in areas like this, it's actually really peaceful and nice, and it's still really accessible to the city, so I really like it.
Residential Setagaya is just 15 minutes by train from Shibuya.
Okay, here we go.
Her place is pretty typical for singles or couples.
Tadaima! Babe! This is Wayne.
Hi,
And this is our apartment, so come in.
welcome.
So over here, this is our kitchen, dining room, I guess, or a very small kitchen where you can only feed one person at a time. We usually eat on the living room, where we spend most of our time playing video games and watching movies and sitting on the floor, very Japanese style. When you rent an apartment, you're not allowed to put anything on the walls. So there's no shelves, there's no posters, there's no anything that can damage the walls. So we use this as our miscellaneous shelf.
Many rentals prohibit putting nails in the wall, so if you're an art lover, check the contract before signing.
So again, pretty much only the bed fits. It's a very small room, but we have too much stuff. Japanese people don't have as much stuff as foreigners for some reason, so they don't need as much storage space.
But is this just a shelving problem? This is a typical 2DK layout that translates into 2 rooms plus dining and kitchen. This 42 square meter unit is 120,000 yen per month, or roughly $1,000 US.
But in general, Japan houses, apartments are smaller. So for the price, it's nice. Like our apartment is big for Japanese standard.
We don't complain. There's definitely places that are a lot more expensive. So this is actually a quite nice deal, we think, considering the size of it and the location.
Area.
I think bathrooms are great in Japan. And most Japanese bathrooms have a bathtub, which I absolutely love. It's not very wide, but it's very deep, so you can really soak in.
You wash first in the shower section. And then soak in the deep bathtub. This means all family members can use the same water. Japanese-style bathing can quickly become addictive. The couple often cooks at home to save money.
Your back hurts. You're getting water on my pasta.
I'm sorry. Babe, thanks for cooking.
No problem.
It was really good.
At least in my house back in Mexico, the kitchen is a big space and we spend a lot of time in the kitchen, cooking and eating and chatting and just hanging out. And here the kitchen is so small that you cannot even cook properly. I like to cook, but I don't like to cook in Japan because my kitchen is too small and it's very uncomfortable too.
For me, the big issue is like the height of the sink. I'm a tall guy, so that sink in our kitchen is just really low. And it hurts my back to be doing dishes.
What else is different?
Yeah, actually, a big chunk of our space goes into trash because in Japan you have to separate all the different kinds of trash to recycle and whatnot. So here we have burnables, which is organic and food and paper. Then we have plastic, so wrappers, trash bags. We have cardboard, we have cans, tons of cans, glass beans, batteries, just tons of different things that you have to separate. You cannot throw it whenever you want. It's a specific day of the week for each kind of trash. So we miss this week's pet bottle collection. So now we're stuck with a giant pile of pet bottles that we cannot throw away for another 2 weeks.
Trash sorting rules and set collection dates. These can be difficult to navigate at first, and mistakes can cause misunderstandings with the neighbors. Sorted garbage must be put in specific waste boxes on set collection dates, although schedule and rules differ from district to district. In some areas, you have to use designated garbage bags. While all somewhat complicated, these measures have considerably helped household garbage reduction. Compared to the 1970s peak, waste in Tokyo has been reduced by about 85%.
So is Japan an expensive place to live?
It's not more expensive than other countries, it's actually quite affordable if you know how to manage, because if you just waste a lot of electricity and gas, then it's of course it's going to be high. But there's little tricks that you can do to make it better. Like for example, in the winter, instead of using the air conditioner to heat your house, which consumes a lot of electricity, you can get a small heater or a hot water bottle to keep yourself warm. And essentially they're this thick plastic bottle which you fill with really hot water. When I'm watching TV, I like to hug it and keep myself warm, but you can also put it in your bed, in the covers before you go to sleep.
On average, people pay 18,000 yen per month on electricity, gas, and water bills. Gabby's is less than half that, so her tricks are paying off.
So my fridge is tiny and we don't have much stuff. Like usually I'll have a few tomatoes, a little bit of meat, some drinks, some mushrooms, some peppers, you know,
things that I can use to cook several different dishes. In Japan, shopping carts are this big. Like, I don't like, they're tiny. Like, they're a basket. People do not buy for the whole week. People only buy for one day, maybe 2 days. That's it. So I guess that's why fridges are so small. When it comes to like fresh produce, I would rather go to a local shop where I know the person that owns it, and I can be sure that the vegetables are really good or the meat is really good. And I also get to talk to really nice people, so I prefer this kind of shop. Look at that, that's really, really beautiful color. That's really good. That's super yummy. Some things are worth spending a little bit extra money.
And some things you can't buy with money, such as the friendship Gabby has developed with this shop's owner.
A lot of foreigners, when they come to Japan, they feel alone, you know, because they don't fit in or they don't know anybody. And if you actually go outside and you meet people around your community where you live, like the business owners and, you know, your neighbors, you really feel like home. Like, it's not just about, you know, buying stuff to live. It's actually feeling like you belong to some place. One great thing about Japan is they have a lot of recyclable shops or second-hand shops, and Japanese people are very careful with their things. So if you buy something in a recyclable shop, it's gonna be almost perfect. Like, it's gonna be beautiful, like almost as new. My stove is from a recycle shop, which I guess a new one will around cost you like 20,000 yen, 30,000 yen. This one was, I think, less than 10,000, maybe like 8 or something. The rice cooker. This one is also from a recycle shop. And this one was so cheap, it was only 2,000 yen. The washing machine is also from a recyclable shop. It's also secondhand. Washing machines can get really expensive. Like, washing machines, if you want to buy a new one, it could be like 50,000, 60,000, all the way to like 300,000 yen. This one was like 12,000, I think. So, really cheap. Okay, let's see. This one is extremely cheap. It's 7,000 yen plus tax. It's 7,560 yen. It's really old, but my guess is that it will still wash your clothes. So there's this really nice shop I want to show you. Let's go and see what they have. Come on.
This type of second-hand shop exists all over Japan.
They're like sakura. They're really pretty. And they're really cheap. It's like 108 yen. Like, you have everything you need to get your kitchen going. Rice cooker for 3,780 yen. This is a Super Famicom. I used to play this when I was a little kid. It was really fun. I really like this console. It's not bad. It's 3,000 yen plus tax. I think this should be more kind of a museum kind of thing. Here's what I was looking for. Akotatsu. You get to put a blanket thing in here. So actually all of this is covered with a blanket. So it makes this really nice enclosed warm space inside, and you're covered. So it's like the perfect mixture of a table and a bed. And then you don't need to leave it to do anything. Well, just going to the restroom, but you can eat, sleep, and exist on a kotatsu.
The secret is the heater under the table.
I'm gonna go very foreign right here, and I'm gonna check if I can fit underneath it. At the beginning it was really hard, but it's like everything. If you make an effort, you get used to it and you learn little things, you adapt to it. So after a while it becomes a little bit easier. You need to be open to adapt and to realize that it's not the country you came from. I mean, you still have to be you, but maybe you have to adapt yourself a little bit. If you are not willing to change yourself in certain ways, then you won't be able to fit in, and then you won't be happy. Also, I will really suggest to just go out and meet people, talk to people. I know it can be really hard, especially if you don't speak the language when you first arrive, but even if you don't perfectly speak it, people will still, be willing to talk to you. And even I have to say my Japanese is not very good, but just being able to communicate a little bit, just say hello, does open people to you and to their world, so that's also really nice.
Shall we look at more housing in Tokyo?
When I first stepped off the plane, I remember walking out of Shibuya station at the Hachiko crossing there for the first time ever, and I just literally looked at it for an hour. It was Times Square on steroids. I felt really, really isolated, and I felt really uncomfortable. That I turned into a motivation to learn Japanese. That wasn't easy, but if you stick to it, this becomes a very, very comfortable place to live. Tokyo is inexpensive compared to other Asian cities and even other top-tier cities. So if you're going to compare Hong Kong to Tokyo, for example, Tokyo's per square meter, half price of Hong Kong. Take anything that you see, pick it up, put it in Hong Kong, and immediately the price doubles.
Adam German has been serving the buying and rental needs of the international community in Tokyo for 8 years.
Right now there are 3 emerging trends. One is Tokyo's population is increasing, and that's putting pressure on both the leasing and the sales and purchase market. And the second is increased tourism. Tourism is skyrocketing here in Tokyo. And the third is the new building stock going into 2016 is getting scarcer and scarcer, putting more pressure on the second-hand market. Okay, enough talk. Let's go see some properties.
Akasaka is an upscale business and residential area.
Akasaka is a very, very central location, but still very, very residential. You can get anywhere within the city within 30 minutes, and very historical area as well. The next place I'm going to show you, it's just up there by the Cambodian embassy, and older place but renovated to give you a really good idea of what you can get in this neighborhood for that budget. Come on, let's go. So this building here is a perfect example of the durability of Tokyo architecture. It was built in 1964, the same year as the original Tokyo Olympics. The exterior is well maintained, and despite being in a very pricey area, it's still very affordable with rent because of the age. The interiors are very well kept. Come on, let's take a look. Come on in and take a look.
This 75 square meter, 3-bedroom unit is 255,000 yen a month. Note, the layout shows room measurements with the letter J.
On the floor plans that you get that are paper-based, everything's measured in Jo, and Jo is 1.6 square meters. So if you see a 10 Jo room like this, where a king-size bed can fit, then you're looking at about a 16 square meter room. It's a very ancient, traditional Japanese way of measuring space.
upfront costs when renting in Japan can be surprisingly high.
Basically, list costs are, if you're going to sign a lease, you need 6 months worth of rent, basically, to cover all the costs to be able to sign and start your lease. Another thing to mention is called key money. This is a very Japanese specific thing. It usually key money usually equals about 2 months rent. And this is money that is a gift to the owner. The other thing is a brokerage fee. And it's a 1 month fee paid toward your representing agent. Those 3 fees, deposits, key money, and agency fees, very, very unique to Japan, and a wise person, before they get here, will learn the ins and outs of these fees before they start house hunting.
Next, let's see a condo for sale in the Azabu Juban area. People from overseas enjoy the lively area's restaurants and shopping street. This condo is minutes away from all the action.
This is Yamada-san. She works with us. So this is a perfect example of tower condominium living here in Tokyo. As you can see, everything is very polished, brand new, sparkling. This particular unit is going for 250 million yen.
That's over $2 million US. The property's sales point is its dramatic panoramic Tokyo view from the 30th floor. Price is reflected in details, like the use of marble.
This is the only unit in this column of units in this building that you can see Tokyo Tower, and over its shoulder you can see Skytree. And Tokyo's not that big geographically of a city, and this perspective really proves it. Tokyo Skytree is considered across town from where we are right now, so that's not a long distance. Here, this might look like this is a wall of windows, but actually it's a second layer on the outside that has a sheen that acts pretty much like a one-way mirror. So this is, if you're looking on the outside, it's like when you're buying a set of sunglasses and you can't see through them. That's what's on the outside of this window. So fear not, have fun. No one can see. Another great thing about Japanese apartments are the Japanese toilets, and they're called washerettes. They're bidets, and mechanical bidets, and seat warmers. This particular guy, although temperamental, comes with an automatic lid opener, and you do your business, and then you just close the lid. This is all the controls for it. This is the flushing mechanism as well. So high tech everywhere in Japanese apartments.
So tell me about living up here. Are there any problems like with earthquakes, or what's the downside if there are any here?
1982 is the divider year between what's called old earthquake resistancy measures and new earthquake resistancy measures. The pretty serious overhauls in terms of the construction requirements needed to meet the new standards. So 1982, the year to remember.
Meguro is a residential area close to the city center.
Hi, good seeing you again. Now we're going to enjoy a tour of a freestanding house here outside of the hustle and bustle of the central metropolitan area. We're still in Tokyo, very much central. However, we're in what begins as the suburbs in Tokyo. And with this artistic masterpiece, here, come with me.
This two-story residence has ground floor and rooftop terraces, as well as parking. It's defined by a 45 square meter kitchen on the second floor and a spacious studio on the first. The 149 square meter home is going for around 2 billion yen.
As you can see, this is the exact opposite of what you'd find in a traditional Japanese house.
This house was designed by a Canadian and his Japanese wife. They built it in 2011, and this first floor was originally meant for either as a separate bedroom or to be the front entrance of a studio. The very artistic people, the people who built the house, so they wanted it to be as versatile as possible. You've got long flat walls, lots of electrical outlets, very high ceilings, glass blocks that that allow natural light to come in but still protect the privacy of the tenants or the people who choose to live here. And actually, right here, a lot of closet space, but right here, you've also got a projector that can project onto a screen that is opposite on the far wall. This can be a movie room, this can be a workout room, this can be an office, this can be anything you like, really. The doors are built into the wall, so they pull, slide shut, just like this. Last but not least, let me take you to the roof balcony. This house boasts one of the largest roof balconies in Meguro Ward. So you can have a barbecue, you can have anything you like up here. For any type of furniture that you'd like to have, any outdoor furniture, there's porch lights, this is a very, very rare thing to have in Tokyo. If you're looking at something like this, snap it up no matter what you're doing. One of the main differences between owning a condominium and owning a freestanding house is that in a condominium complex you have to be part of a homeowners association, which comes with a stack of rules, and the book's about that thick. And there's a lot of rules that you have to abide by, not only in the common areas of the condominium complex, but also within the room itself. What type of renovations that you can and cannot do, what type of flooring you can put in, different types of coloring. When you own a freestanding house, it's all up to you. Total freedom of what you'd like to do. And as this house showcases, sky's the limit when it comes to your imagination. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you're thinking of coming to Tokyo as a tourist or making the big move yourself, now's the time to do it. Right behind me is the construction site for the new Olympic Stadium for the 2020 Olympics. And also it'll be a site that's used for 2019 Rugby World Cup, which is coming too. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Adam German. Bye for now.
Now, let's look at a property outside of urban Japan. Shizuoka Prefecture, a tea production center, is about a 3-hour drive from Tokyo. A French national has made his home in the mountains about an hour from Shizuoka City.
Hi, ohayou gozaimasu! Welcome to my Japanese castle!
Is that a cafe au lait you're enjoying there, like a typical Frenchman?
Hopefully not. It's green tea. I love green tea, and in Shizuoka here, green tea is pretty famous. It's a very good taste, very good quality.
The 145 square meter home sits on about 1,000 square meters of land.
You know kominka? It means old Japanese style houses which has been made more than 50 years ago. But this one is 150 years ago. It's not a regular, normal Japanese house. It's very typical, very traditional. So I really hope you will enjoy it, you will like it.
These traditional houses are finding popularity among foreign residents. In fact, about 30% of kominka buyers are non-Japanese. How to go about purchasing a kominka? The easiest way to start is by viewing dedicated kominka sites. Prices vary according to location, land size, and property condition. Next, engage an expert to assess the structure's condition. Then, work out financing. Calculate not only for the land and building, but also for registration fees, real estate commission, and renovation costs. Be prepared to invest in regular upkeep of your residence and land.
So we changed some floorings, we painted some walls. Yeah, we did some stuff before even moving here. Yeah.
When David acquired this house, it was virtually uninhabitable. He had to replace the tatami mats, as well as the decrepit storm shutters, and put in new sliding glass windows. He also had to pull up the floorboards and spread moisture-absorbent materials over the foundation surface. He and his wife did most of this work themselves.
So now I want to show you inside the inside. So please, let's enter. Yeah, come on. Wait. Get stuck. Okay, all right. Whew. Traditional. So this is the porch. So Japanese porch, which is called doma.
Actually, the doma is an inner area between the house and the outside. It's used traditionally for food storage and cooking.
So it was also a place between the house as the living and the work. Was made to invite and to welcome full people. I use it as my bar. The mix up with Japanese traditional style and the Western style, I love it. This part is okay with the shoes, but to enter in the house, you have to put it off. So Japanese people do like that, you know. And then enter in the house. Okay, all right. Don't forget to put your shoes off, okay? Enter in the tatami room. So this is totally Japanese, very traditional. This is not common tatami. This tatami types is old ancient tatami, and it's bigger than the modern tatami.
The tatami room is 16 jo, or about 30 square meters. Tatami, which have a rush covering and straw core, are aromatic and soft to the touch.
In French, we have a word. It's tatamize, which means becoming Japanese. So you become like a tatami, like because you're getting used to Japan, to Japanese culture. You become a tatami. There is a verb for that in French, tatamize.
Ancient Japanese created houses suited to the climate. Rooms have fusuma sliding doors, which are used to moderate indoor temperatures. They are often closed in wintry months to keep the cold at bay. When the weather warms up, they are opened to let in cross breezes. The long eaves were designed based on the movement of the sun. They cut off the strong summer sunlight, but draw in the low winter light.
This place is like my dining room or maybe the fireplace.
Irori is a built-in hearth for cooking and heating. Above it hangs a kettle suspended from an adjustable hook for heat regulation.
I'm sure you're wondering where there is a fish, but I was wondering the same thing. A fish, it never closes its eyes. So it's always watching the fire and is always taking care of the security of the place. Yeah, so that's why it's a fish. Yeah, you can see with big eyes. When people are cooking, they're using a sumi, which is charcoal in English, and it's the smoke. Its smoke comes up to the beam. It enters into the wood, and it makes the wood stronger and harder than before.
The smoke from the hearth prevents wood warping and cracking, and it acts as an insect repellent. Here's some more wisdom of Japanese kominka design. The wood, mud-plastered walls, and tatami mats all absorb moisture in the rainy season. The raised floor foundation circulates air and reduces summer heat and winter cold. The foundation is sealed off in winter and opened up in summer.
The living. So, as you can see, I really decided to let the Japanese spirit in and also the Western spirit together. So, for first about the colors, you know, it's pretty dark in Japanese houses, in Japanese kominka. So I wanted to make it brighter, and that's why I decided to put some white and red sofa and put some colors in it. As you can see, I have also some untraditional, very modern stuff here, but you know, yeah, I love Japanese Japan in different ways, like modern and traditional part. Because I'm a modern person, so I needed to change it a little bit to fit with my modern habits. What do you think about it? Do you like it?
Many of the things growing in David's and his wife's garden wind up in the kitchen.
So there is a new porch next to this traditional house. Yeah, this is a quick kitchen. And there are no kitchen in the traditional Japanese house.
Traditionally, cooking was carried out in the doma, earth-packed floor space. So David added a kitchen extension.
Yeah. My wife, Eri. Eri.
Nice to meet you.
What is it today?
Nabe.
Nabe, Japanese nabe. Okay, perfect for a cold winter. Okay.
They'll enjoy a nabe hot pot with wild boar meat provided by their neighbors. Here is a breakdown of David's living expenses. Gas and electricity run just over 8,000 yen, while water is free. Mountain runoff is collected in a communal well. But gasoline costs are high as the couple both commute to work.
Some noise.
David is off to the city and to work at the language school he founded.
And it's sometimes hard to find, your own way in a foreign country, but it's what I'm trying to do now, I'm finding my way, finding my path.
Friend Toyo Hanamura is an ex-carpenter. He's always ready to help out with repairs.
たわしね。たわしで。父さんありがとうございます。
向こうの床を張ったりね。ね。
Yeah.
向こうの床を張ったりね。
Yeah, he helped me also for the flooring. We did it together. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very nice to do it with him because he is so nice. He explained me very gently everything. So it's really easy to understand, and it's never mad at me even if I do it bad, which is happens sometimes.
でも大変でしょうけどね、よくやってるよね、夜も。
そうですね。本当に。よかった。I mean, living in Kominka is something totally refreshing. And when I come here, I can see the stars, I can hear the birds. It's very healing. Yeah, I love it.
I ろいろ自分たちで作ったりする中では今までは買えばすぐ手に入れられたんですけど、最初から作ると愛情が湧きますし、なんか満足感が高いです。
If you love Japan, you surely will love Kominka. It's a lot of responsibilities, but I mean it's so great to be able to take a part of Japanese culture and enjoy it with the living. It's great, yeah.
We glimpsed just a few slices of life in Japan. We hope to share many, many more with you.